G. Only in Stockton, G. Brother just cried. Oh, G.
Coffee mate is flammable. Watch this. If you take it, woo, and you are drinking this.
I mentioned the flock camera system yesterday, and to my surprise, a lot of people don't know what these things are or how they work. And that's scary because this has been happening right in front of you and nobody told you a thing. Oh, and by the way, this is what those cameras look like. So now you can keep an eye on them. And once you see one, you'll start noticing all of them.
Train leaving St. Louis, Missouri, heading for Chicago, Illinois, vanishes without a trace. The conductor explains to people on the next train that this could happen to them too.
I do not know if we're going to make it or when we're going to make it. So know when you get on, these are your choice.
Like Stranger Things is about Epstein Island. Stranger Things is 100% about Epstein Island, and the upside down is Epstein Island.
Man, what's good with the collective? Y'all know we back with another banger, another reaction. I appreciate everybody who been tapping in, running up, and subbing up. If you new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we come with about 4 videos every smooth 7, and this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps Collective grow, helps Collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. I appreciate you if you're watching on TV, whatever the case is. I wish it was smooth 7. Might be a trigger warning or 2. I hope not. But I did have to go ahead and give a shout out to Twinless Twin, WBMF. I also had to give a shout out to Bands from South Africa. Appreciate you, bro. Shout out to South Africa. Shout out to Retrospecs. Shout out to you as well. And a long time supporter, member, legend of this channel. Shout out to the collective again. She's been a part of the collective for a long time. Happy birthday to Miss Ray DG. Happy belated. And I didn't notice it was your birthday when I dropped the video. Happy belated. I appreciate your support. You've been here since day one. You a loyal member. So I appreciate you. Thank you again. And I see some of y'all asking when more music coming. Trust me, I'm working on an album now. But y'all know how albums can be tricky. It's hard to put them together. It takes time. It takes patience. All that, bro. It just got to come together. And I haven't quite hit the sound that I'm looking for yet. So it will be on the way. Trust me. I'm trying to get it before the end of the year, but I don't know if that's even going to be possible. So we shall see. 2026 is probably when y'all get some new music. But I ain't going to hold you. Y'all know what it is. Let's get straight to the video, man. Let's go.
Olha espremendo lá os pés dele lá.
Meu Deus, desceu.
Olha, já pegou ele.
Ai, meu Deus. Ai, filho.
Já pegou ele.
Meu Deus. Pegou ele.
Verse to that man. He had mental health, huh?
What was weird about Antarctica?
There's nothing there. You can't go to the interior of Antarctica, which is where we were. But it's on an ice field. There's no insects. There's no wildlife. The sun doesn't go down.
How much food do they have up there?
As much as you could possibly want. They'll have a presentation every night. They'll come back in subsequent years and give talks on where they went and how they avoided these crevasses, which I had no fear of until I went to Antarctica and got the brief on crevasses, which is just, you're dead. They'll never find you again. And the camp is, of course, surrounded by them.
How deep are they?
Hundreds of feet deep.
Sometimes people just fall into them.
Oh yeah, this is a guy who fell into one skiing. This is making its rounds on the old internet.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, I mean, so you can't even see the body. He stops himself. This guy self-arrests.
Oh,
but can you, I mean, like, who knows how much farther down that...
How did he get back out?
He might have self-rescued, or he could have been...
Self-rescued is a terrible phrase.
Or if he hadn't self-arrested and had gone down hundreds of more feet.
Broken his legs, broken his neck, died like that.
Coffee mate is flammable. Watch this. If you take it, woo, and you are drinking this.
Some crazy shit we be putting in our bodies, bro.
Esse cara vai fazer cenário, eu aposto em você.
Porra nenhuma, mano. Olha esse tremendo lá os pés dele lá.
Meu Deus do céu.
This is disgusting. This has been the same rotation for the past 3 weeks. This chicken, it's all been the same things for weeks. We don't switch out our food in store 300. In store 300, we have disgusting meat that's been here. I've been working here for a month, and this has not been cleaned out. This store is disgusting. Store 300 in Central Park Drive in Columbia, Maryland. It's horrible. We have mold everywhere, stuff everywhere. Please save us. Attention, Giant! Everybody in this shit. There's mold everywhere. The people have Giant, Stacy, everybody. I quit. Fuck you all! Yeah! Giant!
What?
Only in Stockton, G. Only in Stockton, G. Brother just cried. Oh, G. Dummy. God damn. Dummy. Oh, he got out. Oh, he's running. Go. G, you dumb. You a dummy. You a dummy. No.
The only lingo I heard in that clip that I could say sound like California was brother. That's it. Everything else, the commentary had me weak. That's crazy. Am I wrong or am I right that I told y'all California like literally like a GTA? For as long as I can remember, California always been crazy. Always. And I said everybody like coming here for the sunshines, the W word, and the women. Can't use the other W word. Everybody come here for the weather and women. Y'all know the third one, but I can't say it. But I'm like, don't get mesmerized looking at the palm trees and the clear skies and thinking everything is just so beautiful here, because it is beautiful here. But bro, I don't know what be going on with us. And rest in peace to that 11-year-old who lost his life to his own father, who was once a deputy, once a sheriff of the Sacramento Sheriff Department. And do y'all remember that sheriff that OD'd off the Fetty? Remember that? In the bathroom? And I was like, bro, that's here. That's in Sac. That officer is, and I got in trouble. I called a copyright for that video, and it got taken down for him passing out over ODing over Fetty. Well, that same officer, no longer an officer, suspected in stabbing his 11-year-old son. I know that shit just came out yesterday. It was yesterday AM, actually. I don't know what time exactly, but I know it was before school. They're supposed to take him to school. Yeah, that shit was crazy. Rest in peace to him. That's sad. That's a tragic. I think they're in Elk Grove, California, so which is literally like a suburb outside of Sacramento. But yeah, crazy work. Crazy work. Again, California can get hectic sometimes.
I'm named Buddy Jaron, and this is a mayfly. And this is 3 million mayflies. Have you ever seen anything like this? I tried to get my Uncle Terry out of the house to come look at it with me. I said, Terry, get your fat ass off the couch. You can eat your DiGiorno pizza later. But he said, Jared, go look at yourself. I said, okay. I'd never seen anything like this. State of Michigan, there's about 300,000 million frickin' mayflies. The gas pumps are covered. I'm stepping on piles of them, and it sounds like crunking, cratching, popping cracks. But, well, I'm gonna go eat some ice cream, and look at this. Come on. Unbelievable.
I'm sure they don't bite, but damn.
Bro, like, some superstars took a different route. I ain't get on here to talk about that much, but some of that shit come with some demonic shit, some dark shit. You feel me? Some of that.
This girl on TikTok might have conjured spirits on herself and she didn't even realize. I don't know if you've ever seen this girl on TikTok. I'm pretty sure her name on TikTok goes by the Clean Girl. Her whole TikTok is that she'll go to cemeteries and she'll clean graves and stuff.
I've seen this girl before.
Have you heard about this?
I haven't heard nothing about what you're about to tell me, but I've seen this girl, bro. I always thought that shit was freaky.
So for the longest time, I don't know exactly how long she's been doing this, but she's been doing it for a minute. She will go to cemeteries, clean graves, look at the person's obituary of the grave she's cleaning, kind of talk about them or whatever. Recently though, some people think that she might have stepped out of line a little bit.
Why?
She's seen a kid's grave that had teddy bears on the side of it.
She moved it.
She grabbed the teddy bears, took them home, and cleaned them at her house to make them look brand new.
Oh no.
Which I guess on paper or when you first see it, it kind of seem like a good thing, but a lot of people are saying that a lot of spirits would go into objects like that.
Yeah.
So her taking them to her house was kind of inviting them into her own home. After she did that, a lot of people started noticing weird things started happening in her videos at the cemeteries.
Really?
And one, while she's talking, there's a flower inside like a flower pot, and it literally looks like the flower almost jumps out of the flower pot or like falls out of the flower pot, which I'm gonna lie, I don't think that could ever just happen on its own. And then there's another one. This one I think is the most like, okay, she has a shovel that's stuck in the dirt, and you see the shovel start to like lean over and move around and stuff by itself. I don't think that shovel should be moving like that.
9 times out of 10, when you go and dig a shovel in like that, it usually doesn't fall forward.
Yes.
I'm just being honest, bro. This went forward though and stayed.
Yes. And like I said, ever since then, she kind of stopped making videos like this. So a lot of people think that she started noticing stuff in her own personal life that was happening to her that made her want to stop making content like this.
I mean, I wouldn't say that's a reach.
Listen up, blockheads. Stop thinking people always telling on you, because y'all is some goofy people. But we in 2025, and we gonna talk.
Block cameras are the main thing that law enforcement uses now to catch criminals. That's what it is. As clear as I can say it. What we'll do is I'll put a picture of a flock camera on this so that you'll see it. But they're everywhere. Once you see this thing, you're going to realize that you see them everywhere. It is a camera that is positioned to capture your license. That's what a flock camera is. But these cameras capture more than your license. They can capture the interior of your vehicle as you drive by these cameras, especially the positioning of the camera. And it's legal. And so what happens is this camera captures your tag. And when it captures your tag, it's able to detect where your vehicle has been anywhere in the United States where there are flock cameras. If you're in Georgia and you travel to New York, every time your vehicle tag gets captured by a flock camera, it is entered into a data.
Boy, listen, man, they got alien technology, man. These flocks, man, in all these different major cities, and they on the rise, boy. They know when you're on the roads. They know your face. They don't care about your damn your fingerprints no more, boy. They getting eye prints, nose prints. Don't think that you're hardened by a mask. Man, this next level out here, man. I've been putting y'all on the game, man. This Hood News Radio, man. Listen to me. They been on y'all ass. Y'all always talking about, man, nigga, don't snitched on me, Cuddy. Oh, ain't no way they do, dog. Y'all be telling on yourselves, man. Y'all make it so easy. Y'all don't make them work. But they ain't gotta really work. But if they had to, man, they doing it. For the ones that, you know, got a little bit of common sense that's trying to stay under the radar, man, they on your ass, man. These flock cameras, like I say, are everywhere, man. They growing. They got face recognition with the AI signal on back to them. They know when your license is done, what you're suspended, what cars is what color the car is. Boy, it's next level. Like I tell you, bro. They even got drones flying over at night watching all y'all. Man, y'all go check my page, man. That's what I do. That's what I do. So y'all gotta chill out, man, and stop thinking everything's a snitching, man, because they watching. There's a big brother in the sky that's been watching y'all from day one, and he has gotten better. This is 2025. Like I said, when I was out here running around, I used to wonder how the hell they know. How the hell they know this? We was getting caught with fingerprints and stuff with DNA. Nah, boy, they got body structure, heat. They know what's inside your car when they ride by. They know if you're on your phone. They can see all that now. They know whether your seatbelt was on or not. They know what all they can see in it. On top of, they know when you hit the streets. And imagine something that signal. They don't got to get behind you no more, right? They just know when you outside, you're like, I'm going to sneak to the store and grab me some whatever, milk and something. They already know, man. As soon as you hit one of them cameras, boop, boop. Oh, he's on the road. Boop, to the signal. Now the police going to come and find you. Just like that. Just that simple. Bro, that's why they let you run off now. Like, you be like, why they just let them run off in a high-speed chase? Cause boop boop, they gonna let you know when you ain't. They gonna set up something for you. They gonna come out, boop, block you in. Just that simple. I just had to put y'all on game, man. There ain't nobody snitching on y'all for real no more. Cause you're snitching on yourself. What I mean by that, as we understand they're snitches, but this is how they doing the snitches. They showing them everything. Hey, bro, we already got you, right? You feel me? You see this you right here? This you? You wanna do these 40 years? So they making these niggas this snitch because you're telling on yourselves. It's so simple nowadays, man. They own y'all ass, bro. Cut the shit out. Find your new occupation because the game is up. This is Hood News Radio. Cheerio.
I've always seen them things, but I'm today years old knowing that that's what it was.
So I mentioned the flock camera system yesterday, and to my surprise, a lot of people don't know what these things are or how they work. And that's scary because this has been happening right in front of you and nobody told you a thing. Oh, and by the way, this is what those cameras look like. So now you can keep an eye on them. And once you see one, you'll start noticing all of them. These cameras are almost in every single city now. They didn't ask you, they didn't notify you, they just installed them quietly. And these cameras are not just reading license plates, they're tracking the make, model, year, color, and any unique details of your car. They are logging your routes, your timestamps, your habits, your patterns. They're building a file on your life without your consent. And the people laughing it off with that tired ass line, well, as long as you're not doing anything wrong, then why you gotta worry? Well, that's exactly how free societies get walked into cages. Because right now, your voice is still legal. Your opinion is still legal. You speaking up is still legal. But all it takes is that one new rule, that one new law, that one new safety measure, and something you say today becomes a crime tomorrow. And guess what? They already have every single one of your movement tracked. Every street you drove on, every stop you made, every pattern you never even realized you had. They don't need a warrant to guess where you live, where you work, where you shop, or who you spend time with. And my people, that is the blueprint of a totalitarian system. Slow, quiet rollouts, all wrapped up in a safety measure blanket. And this isn't about being paranoid. This is about paying attention, because we are being monitored without our approval. Our data is being captured, stored, analyzed, and companies are selling the data. That is a fact. So you tell me now who ends up with your information next year or the year after that, or when a new law turns regular people into targets. This is the new danger, my people. When people don't realize what is happening, when they don't know what tools are being built around them, when surveillance becomes normal. Our awareness is going to be the only advantage that we can have. Our awareness is the only form of protection that we can carry. Remember, tribe, the goal is always to leave people better than we found them. And we got to become aware of the things and the laws that are being passed right in front of our eyes, the rules that they're implementing on our lives without our consent. Knowledge is freedom. And I'm just trying to leave us a little bit better by exposing you to the harsh reality that we're currently living in. So keep your eyes open, keep your eyes peeled, and you're going to start noticing these cameras all over the place now. My tribe, I love you, and I just want us to live free. Until tomorrow, namaste.
Not act like they can't just pop on your phone or just look through your information from the jump. They watching us right now, bro. They probably watch me make this damn video. I got a screen here, I got a screen here, and I got a screen here and a screen here. They're watching through one of those screens, bro. As you watching this on your video, on your phone, or as you're watching this on your laptop, tablet, TV, I don't know, whatever you watching it on, they probably watching you right now. These flock cameras is just another way for them to step on our privacy. But that doesn't mean that the flock cameras is the only way they watching us. They've been watching us, bro. They've been watching us. They could ping. We just seen a video of the satellite catching a footage of where the person's going at all times. So when they say you got to hit the road for these flock cameras to work, yeah, for the flock cameras to work, that might be the case. But what about the satellites up there right now? That if they want to just log into it and check and see where you at, they can see where you at. Your phone pinging, they know the location based off where your phone ping off the towers. Like, come on, bro, they got full control right now when it comes to our privacy or knowing what we doing. And then on top of that, it's going to get worse with the Ring cameras. Just saying, bro. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts. But I feel like the flock cameras is another tool they're using. Because they got more powerful tools. The satellites, they could tap in through your phone. I mean, to me, tapping in through your phone is more losing your privacy than a flock camera. But I see what we all getting at. Just look at, let's just keep it in general terms. They're shutting all of our privacy down. They're shutting that down, bro. We no longer have privacy. They on our ass as far as everything. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts.
Have you heard about this mass surveillance program? That is a flock safety camera. It's an artificial intelligence automatic license plate reader, and unlike others, flock cameras are connected to a nationwide database. They run your plates against police hot lists and the FBI's criminal database. Cameras also record data like your car's make, color, or features like a missing hubcap. There's even AI-powered audio detection for things like gunshots or fireworks. So then Flock's database stores all the information gathered for up to 30 days. And this surveillance is constantly expanding. An estimated 40,000 flock cameras read over 1 billion plates per month. They're in 5,000 communities across the US and are used by over 3,000 police departments. And it's not just police departments using these. Flock cameras are used by major companies, neighborhood HOAs, and affordable housing communities, which is well within their right, but then police have access to all the information gathered. Flock says the cameras only detect license plates and vehicles, not facial recognition or people, and they're prohibited for immigration and traffic enforcement. So what do you think?
That's cap. They using that shit for all of it, in my opinion.
A train leaving St. Louis, Missouri, heading for Chicago, Illinois, vanishes without a trace. The conductor explains to people on the next train that this could happen to them too.
I do not know if we're going to make it or when we're going to make it. So know when you get on, these are your choice.
They just said that the train that left from here at 8 o'clock this morning, crazy, the train that left St. Louis at 8 a.m. didn't make it to Chicago, they said? That's a little, and they don't even know, like they lost communication with the train. That's some scary shit. Like, yeah, oh Lord. If they, because no other train is past where it would be, and oh God, I hope these people are okay. God bless, ooh. Oh my goodness.
I'm not telling you not to take the train. I'm just giving you the information now so you're not on the train saying, why didn't anybody tell me?
The train that left before, are y'all going to Chicago? Yeah. Okay, so the one at 8 a.m. went to Chicago and never made it to Chicago. They think it is stuck on somewhere on between here and there. So he said if you get on the train, you may not make it to Chicago tonight. That it's a little bit scary. I love your coat.
Would you take this train ride? Leave your thoughts in the comments. This is Unanswered Universe.
Wow. I'll be honest, I might have to pass.
Unfortunately, we warned you guys what was coming and why it was coming. Now Pam Bondi comes out and says that they're going to be sending National Guard to every single state because what happened in DC and also possibly almost did in Texas. Meanwhile, somehow, coincidentally, videos like this are going viral saying, oh my goodness, y'all, we need to look out. Wow. Crazy, right? Like clockwork. And Vietnam Part 2 coming very shortly. You know, I wonder how the news chooses what stories to air and what stories it's not going to air. So yeah, National Guard going to every single city. You know, people would ask me, why are you sharing what these whistleblowers are saying? It's just bullcrap. Well, we understand what those whistleblowers are, and we know why they're blowing the whistle. So when they say something, it's important, even though that whole propaganda bullcrap, we know it still means that something is coming. That's why it's important to stay informed, you know? You post fear. Nah, I post the truth, but I do understand why the truth could be scary. But there is a reason why I specifically do not fear.
Hand in hand with Secretary No, Homeland Security. Director Patel has already arrested 500 suspected since January 20th. We're working hand in hand with Pete Hegseth. And yes, we are bringing in our National Guard to every city we possibly can. Who needs our help?
So if you're not aware, we had the closure of Venezuelan airspace. Meanwhile, all their commanders are planning right now while they have jets guarding their coastline. because unfortunately, we have a Vietnam Part 2 situation coming up. Now listen to me closely, this part's very important. They say to never discount your enemy. Americans are being very cocky, saying, oh, we would definitely decimate Venezuela. You wanna know what they also said? They would decimate Vietnam. And guess what? We lost Vietnam. By the way, look into the stats of the Vietnam War, by the way. Just go ahead and do that. It's really foolish to wish for this to happen.
This offshore fisherman, the credits are below. I believe he goes by the name of Mini Whaler Adventures, was offshore fishing and captured this. I'm not sure what type of fish this is, but if you take a good look at it, you see a 3D print on it. Tell me we don't live in a simulated matrix. Who's making the fish? Can you see the print on the fish? Unanswered universe.
I genuinely believe we are watching in real time the development of a play out right in front of our eyes. Do you guys remember the name Brandon O'Quinn Raspberry, the 32-year-old Texas man who was shot dead in his RV at Lazy J RV Park back in 2022? Well, the case went cold, and 2 years later, police were called to the local elementary school to take the report of a 10-year-old boy who threatened to kill another 10-year-old on the school bus. Well, during the interview, the kid said it wouldn't be the first time he had killed someone. Come to find out, the kid's grandpa was neighbors with Brandon Raspberry. Yeah, the kid says one day when he was 7 years old, he decided he wanted to know what it felt like to kill someone. So he grabbed one of his grandpa's guns, sneaked into Brandon's RV, and shot Brandon in the head as he slept. Well, nothing ever happened to this kid because Texas law says you can't be criminally culpable until you're 10 years old. So they did a psychological evaluation on this kid last year, and it says he, quote, displays significant signs of being a sociopath and shows a lack of remorse or guilt. Not only that, since Brandon continues to display violent behavior, he's attacked multiple family members, and recently he started killing animals, including his neighbor's puppies. Now the kid's grandma wants him back in public school. The district is saying, hell no, we do not want him, and filed a temporary restraining order against the boy and his grandmother, saying he would pose a significant threat to the teacher and students. In fact, the district is recommending the kid be placed in a residential treatment facility called Shiloh Treatment Center. God forbid the district loses this case. The kid would be back in school, possibly sitting next to your child in class. I'll keep you posted on the court's decision.
Next time you knock on a stranger door, just remember, you could be putting a spell on yourself. Did you ever have a conversation with someone and y'all say the same thing at the same time, and y'all say jinx and you knock on wood 3 times? It seemed like it was fun and games, but it was connected to hexes, curses, and spells. They all have different meanings. This video is about to get a little dark and a little deep. Stay with me. Back in ancient days, our ancestors believed if you ever had a problem, you could knock on a tree 3 times and the spirit will come out. This is the same reason why the elites made all of our front doors made out of wood. And when you knock on it 3 times, a stranger or a spirit will come out. The people that overstand magic, they still do this. They go out in the woods and they knock on a tree 3 times and they wait for a spirit to come out. The spirit don't really show itself in physical form. It's a manifestation of spirituality. If you quiet your mind, the spirit will talk to you. And we are doing the same thing right now, just in different forms. Why your door made out of wood? If you ever talk to a therapist, they will tell you, if you have problems, go outside and hug a tree. The tree will absorb all your negative energy. But why? The trees represents the oldest spirits on this planet. And if you tap back into your spiritual self, they will guide you. You ever ask yourself, why did they chop down all the damn trees? If they chop down the wood, they chop down your connection to your ancestors. Wood represents strength, growth, ancestral connections, grounding, protection, and renewal. The elites still go out and they knock on wood 3 times, but they have us knocking on doors made out of wood 3 times. It's a big ass difference. Who do you think created that game? Ding Dong Dixie. They started replacing the wood doors with door bells because they know witches was actually masters at bells. Not to mention bells is a higher frequency that chase away evil spirits. We are dealing with hexes, curses, and spells. Please learn the different definitions. I hear so many spiritual people speaking about crystals and how it's going to save a life, protect them from the devil. Crystals? I'm not saying crystals are a bad thing because they are really good. But if you want to learn how to do magic, go outside and get a piece of wood. It could be a branch. Why do you think the elites named their company Hollywood? They are using wood to cast spells. Anytime they perform a ritual, they have a magic wand in their hand that's made out of wood. So next time you think about getting some crystals, just go outside, pick up a branch, and manifest with it. Let that branch be your magic wand.
Y'all thought that sun was playing, huh? Y'all thought that sun was playing, huh?
You know the war in the heavens that they speak of? The silent war? You know that's the war against the sun, right? What you see those planes doing up there?
But that's a topic for another day. Did you guys hear about the 6,000 planes that got grounded?
Because the sun was popping off at the mouth yesterday. Did y'all hear about that? Not because of weather, not because of technical issues.
But it's because the sun popped off so hard that it disrupted their whole navigation system.
Now they're saying in order for these planes to fly again, they must update their systems.
But they also said that some of these planes will never see the air again. What do they mean by that?
Emma, do we have a sense of just how serious this is? Well, it's thought that possibly as many as 6,000 aircraft, Airbus 320 planes, so these A320s, have been affected. This software issue means that a software update is required. And as a precautionary action, these aircraft will be grounded until that is done. Now, it's believed to relate to an incident which occurred on October the 30th involving a JetBlue flight from Cancun in Mexico to Newark in New Jersey. There was a sharp loss of altitude. Several people were hurt. And that incident has been analysed. And this is what has been found, that there was an intense solar radiation incident which may have corrupted data critical to the functioning of flight control. So the fact is, they clearly don't want to take any chances. Now, the UK Civil Aviation Authority has warned that it's likely there will be disruption and cancellation of flights over the coming days. In a statement, they've said the requirement will mean the airlines flying these aircraft will in some cases have to change software over the days ahead or remain on the ground from Sunday onwards until the software has been changed. Only some UK airlines are affected. This action is likely to mean that, unfortunately, there may be some disruption and cancellations to flights. So passengers being warned that they should get in touch with their airline to see if their flight has been affected.
See, the sun has been the real reason why these flights have been grounded the past couple of months. It's not because of air traffic control, y'all. Imagine what the sun is doing right now.
The lady said intense solar radiation. I know y'all be feeling that sun touching y'all skin right now. I feel good, don't it?
But the fact of the matter is, I said at one point in time, 3D technology is going to
Start to fail from this solar radiation that's on the planet right now.
This is causing everything to vibrate a lot faster. This is why time is speeding up. The physical reality is dismantling, y'all. She says 6,000 airplanes have been affected by this, and there's more to come. This is only the beginning. Remember what they told us to leave the world behind when the planes will started falling out of the sky? And we have been seeing this the past couple of years, haven't we, y'all? I'm just letting y'all know, y'all. The shift is here. The fact that they still letting planes fly right now, y'all, is beyond me. But let me know what you guys think about this video. Like, follow, and share for more videos like this. Let's get it, y'all. Peace out.
It's either that or they trying to scare us from flying.
So y'all seen the new crop circle that appeared in Brazil just a few days ago? Y'all see that over here? Looks clean geometry, perfect symmetry. And then every time these appear, right, they appear in different parts of the world, different parts of the country, different civilizations. They're always wondering, right, who created this? People want to know who created this and what messages are they showing us. And because symbolism is the first language, because this is exactly how the universe speaks. The universe speaks in symbolisms and fractals, right? Messages, because we are all influenced by the magnetic field of the earth. So you guys know we live in an encoded universe, and I teach decodings, right? As above, so below, as within, so without. Before this crop circle appeared in Brazil, I was already wearing it around my neck 2 months prior. I didn't see it online. I didn't copy it. I literally created this from my mind. Like, what are the odds, y'all? This is proof showing you guys how everything are connected. that we are truly these gods that they're telling us to fear. But really, it's just the fact that we're afraid of ourselves because we don't know who we are. See, this is exactly the same reason why they don't want you to have peace. And by the way, you should get a piece. You know, you should definitely get one of my pieces because it's going to help you find peace. Because when your mind is calm, you tap into that feminine creative energy, which is the frequency that manifests ideas into physical matter. When you have peace, symbols come through you and then they manifest around you with your reality. And your peace allows you to have the awareness to become aware of this. Let me give you another example. Around the same time that I had the idea to create this crop circle necklace, my wife had the idea to create these organite teddy bears. You know, something that's going to bring you peace, something that's going to give you energy, natural energy. Well, guess what happens around the same time the crop circle manifests? Starbucks drops a barista glass cup that everybody in the world is going crazy for. And people fill this thing up with coffee, something that gives you synthetic sugar. And we create organite, something that gives you natural energy. And in some of these websites, these bears are going for $250 or more. Something to put synthetic energy in, synthetic energy. You see, y'all, this is only the beginning of the feminine energy, y'all. It's on the rise, y'all feel it. And those who cannot attune to this energy, you're just going to not be able to exist on this realm because it's going to be too much. This is why you need peace right now. And you definitely got to get you some of these pieces. Peace allows you to control your emotions, your waters, your internal flows in order to create with your will, with your mind, and manifest in this reality. But yes, y'all, we are the gods that we've been waiting for. It's time to wake up. The shift is here. Let's continue to get it. Peace out.
Where have I been? Because I ain't never seen them Starbucks cups.
Oh, get away. Oh my God. Alexis. Alexis. That's alien. Alexis! Oh my God!
Foods that will shorten my life expectancy as a vegetarian. Number 1, pastries and donuts. They all cause blood sugar spikes, meaning insulin resistance has occurred, which means the cells are not using glucose effectively, leading to higher blood sugar levels. Number 2, sugary drinks. All this sweet shit right here, especially pop. Now, I know y'all crazy over this bullshit. They all increase your risk of obesity, fatty liver disease, and diabetes, putting you at your deathbed early. Number 3, chips. Most chips are loaded with salt, often over 200 milligrams per serving. Too much sodium equals high blood pressure, which is a leading risk for stroke and kidney damage. So if you want to die early and not get a chance to see your child grow up, I advise you to keep eating those foods and you will make it happen. My name is Josh and I help vegetarians increase their energy levels and improve their gut health. Follow me for more tips.
So there are saber-toothed tigers alive in Antarctica right now?
They are.
The people need to know the truth.
You know, there's about to be some where the AI people at. I know that's AI. That's AI. That's AI. I know it's coming. I know it's coming. Man, look, my sister, she said, you know, I checked one of your videos not too long ago, and there's a certain person who always say AI in your videos, always in the comments, and I think they're a bot. And I said, you know, I don't like calling people that. That's kind of insulting. So we just gonna say they not a real person. I don't know. I think that's possibly that the movements were more real. Wasn't the Sora app. But then again, somebody's gonna say it's fake. And I'm not gonna disagree with you. If you think it's fake, I respect your opinion. Now we sliding you over there. If you think it's real, let me know. Let me know. Spam it up. Why you think it's real? I really want to know. To the AI, the people think it's AI. Hey, I'm over it. It is what it is. You think it's AI? Cool. I disagree. We still family. Now let's move on to the next one. But if you agree, let me know your thoughts for real. Y'all think they're gonna migrate here? Y'all think they can migrate here? Do you think they can only last in that type of habitat, or you think they could evolve in different types of habitats too? Let me know.
Black phone forever. This is the crazy story behind how the grabber became the character that we know and love today. So before the black phone was a movie, it was a short story by Joe Hill, who's Stephen King's son. And in this book, the grabber was originally inspired by John Wayne Gacy. Yes, the real life serial killer who literally performed as a killer clown. And that was the starting point, a human predator behind this playful theatrical persona. But here's where everything changed. When the filmmakers were adapting the black phone, it was really popular, Terrifier was blowing up, killer clowns were all the rage. So much so that like adding another scary clown to the mix so soon would have been overkill. Everyone would have looked at it and been like, really? Another Pennywise wannabe? They didn't want him to be overdone or predictable or immediately overshadowed by Pennywise. So that's when Joe Hill came to them and he said, how about this? Let's take this whole clown thing in a completely new direction. He can still be a performer, but he can be like creepy and real, and we don't need to rely on makeup. So then he brought in the idea of doing these like 1930s, 40s magicians. They're really creepy already, and their big thing is throughout their acts, they change their appearance with masks. And with these masks, they would swap personas. Sometimes they'd be friendly, sometimes they'd be sinister, but it was really creepy. And most importantly, it wasn't really relevant, and it hadn't really been done recently in horror. So that, with the interchangeable masks, became the blueprint for our boy the Grabber. And then horror legend Tom Savini designed the masks, and he was like, they're gonna be like emotional jump cuts. We're gonna have smiling, frowning, blank, enraged. So it's really crazy to think that the Grabber went from being inspired by John Wayne Gacy to them wanting to do like a Pennywise vibe to something even scarier, which is a man who weaponizes performance itself. And once you know that, the black phone hits just a little different. Follow for more horror.
Channeling energies, switching faces.
How is it possible for an Amtrak train filled with 253 passengers to just vanish? So get this shit. Allegedly, an Amtrak train leaves St. Louis going to Chicago, and this shit winds up missing. Oh, you don't believe me, right? Look at this shit. Listen to what this man say.
No other train has passed that train. I do not know if we're gonna make it or when we're gonna make it. So know when you get on, this is your choice.
You hear that shit?
The train that left from here at 8 o'clock this morning. The train that left St. Louis at 8 a.m.
Listen.
Make it to Chicago, they said. That's a little, and they don't even know, like they lost communication with the train. That's some scary.
That man basically said, you guys can enter this train if you want to. It's not on us. Whatever is going on with these trains don't got shit to do with us. Y'all can get on this train if you want. But we're not saying that you're going to get to your destination safe. So basically a train with 253 people was missing. They lost it. No communication, no nothing. Mind you, they're saying that that train could have quote unquote derailed and they didn't even know. Here it is. The train left St. Louis on its way to Chicago and they have no contact with anybody. Nobody at all that was on that train. That shit don't sound right. As soon as I hear more about this shit, I'm gonna let you know what happened. I'm out.
I forgot to take my meds, but doesn't this Falcon 9 that was launched just the other day look exactly like water trails coming from a boat? Now how could that be if the rocket is supposedly going up into the void of outer space? People are like, oh, you know, it's the ice and the fractals and all of this fume coming from the rocket and all of these mental gymnastics. But not only does it literally look like it's scraping on the waters above that the Bible speaks of, but it's following an arched trajectory. Every single rocket that has ever been launched in the history of humankind has always followed an arched trajectory. What could it possibly be avoiding? I mean, honestly, if you were SpaceX, wouldn't you just shoot that baby way up into the void of outer space and see how far it could possibly go? But this doesn't happen. Every single rocket goes up and then goes back down, probably goes into the ocean, because we've seen those videos of SpaceX's rockets doing these like weird little tricks and then landing. And then if you break down the video, you can see that it's CGI. I'm not saying rockets are fake, they're obviously real. but they're not going into outer space. Perhaps Elon is trying to breach the firmament. And the funny thing is, this is Hebrew cosmology. Hebrew. That's a very familiar word, wouldn't you say? But anyways, entertainment only.
To my Globers, when you see that, and you see that those are two similarities, is it your pride and ego which won't let you let go of your belief system? Or is it something else? Like, is it because you don't want to be told I told you so? Like, what is it? And I know it's going to be some people who that might be the case, and they still going to be in denial and give some other dumbass reason. I apologize for saying dumbass reason, but I got to be respectful. But that's genuinely how I feel, and I don't want to be fake to y'all. So that's why I'm saying, like, some people still going to say, nah, it ain't that. It ain't this. It's more so how can this and how can that? And it's like, bro, when you see this and there's two similarities right there, they look damn near identical. So I would say that got to be the same thing. What's above is probably water, just like what is below. I'm trying to connect the dots though. But if you disagree, it is what it is. I respect it. It's just like, what the hell is it gonna take? What do you have to see in order? You know what? I know what people got to see. We got to get on a damn something and just rise up as high as possible to the highest we could and see that there's no damn outer space. And that the outer space is the outer sides of the ice walls. That's more land, more space outside the ice walls. I mean, they flip up language so much. Why wouldn't they flip language with that? Just saying, they manipulate it so much. Why wouldn't they manipulate it with that? And humans are so damn smart, but so damn simple that if you say something, you can really mean something else with saying the same. It's complicated. Y'all let me know your thoughts though.
We still have DVDs, and people still get them because when they lock this internet up, ain't nobody streaming nothing. Streaming was created for real-time editing. The reason we're all into streaming, the reason why they took the hard drive out of the Apple TV, the reason why they don't want you with content is because they want to be able to alter content. See, if you're streaming, it's on their server, not yours. You don't own it. You don't even have it. That's why they sell a computer now, the fastest computer out right now, and the hard drive is tiny. Why you only give me 128 gigabytes? And then if you want more, you got to pay thousands of dollars.
Absolutely.
Why are they doing that? Because they want it in the cloud. Because two things happens if it's in the cloud. One,
they haven't.
And the other thing is they learn it. Metatron don't know. He's not omniscient. He's not like God or whatever. This demon spirit has to learn.
They need our voices, our images,
Dude, it's us. We're all cyborgs. There's a digital version of all of us in the hands of the enemy. He's created it from our uploads. He's showing all your birthdays. He's showing everything you do. He's learning. How else would the devil be omnipresent? He wants to be like God. The internet makes him omnipresent.
That's crazy.
I'm just gonna say it. It shouldn't exist. This place shouldn't be here. Machu Picchu isn't even the only city in the area that's 8,000 feet high. Yana Picchu is even higher. Before we try and explain how they got the rock to do that, you gotta explain why it was a priority to put doorways that go nowhere in the temple. This rock right here is what really gets me though. How do you get that up there? How did they know the same techniques as another culture across the globe? Why is the older stuff more advanced than the newer stuff? I don't see iPhones getting worse. I wouldn't know how to get water up here, but their fountains still work. We only know how they did it because we 3D scanned it. Not only did they know how to get it up there, they delivered it to the citizens via art. No one gives these guys enough credit. They thought these were for food or like grain, grinding grain up. They fill up with water one day and someone notices the angle at which they reflect. Built them to observe sections of the sky during specific times of the year through the windows of the surrounding building. And then we realize the whole place is aligned to the sky, celestial events. Here's the deal. When someone comes in and takes all your stuff, then enslaves your people, they get to write your story and make your people look like idiots. South America, Africa, India. Strange that they all have some form of this guy. all of them just so happen to have the most unexplainable stuff. Utterly unsatisfactory explanations for what it was, all of which make the natives look inferior. Tell you what doesn't lie. A big ol' rock.
Only thing I can think is it's the same species of people.
This is what the Klansmen told Malcolm X and Jeremiah Shabazz as they sat at the kitchen table of Jeremiah Shabazz, munching on cookies and lemonade provided by Jeremiah Shabazz's wife. What is this odd story? Well,
I know for a fact that there is a conspiracy between the Muslims and the Lincoln Rockwell, and also there is a conspiracy.
Well, describe this conspiracy.
Well, made a deal, or were trying to make a deal with Elijah Muhammad in 1960 in the home of Jeremiah X, the minister in Atlanta at that time, who had president as the minister in Philadelphia. They were trying to make a deal with him to make available to Elijah Muhammad a county, a size tract of land in Georgia or South Carolina, where Elijah Muhammad could then induce to migrate and make it appear that his program of a segregated state or separated state was feasible.
Me and an old friend of mine in high school got in a big argument. I say this all the time. She know I rock with Malcolm. And her dad was a full Muslim. And she was a full Muslim. And I held this for I don't know how long. And one day I just said, I'm about to let it go. And I said, man, Elijah Muhammad had Malcolm wiped off. He did a deal with those people, with the agencies, and they was following him and they was setting him up because he was speaking against Elijah Muhammad, because Elijah Muhammad was actually he was doing that Diddy shit. He was messing with little girls, but trying to preach and talk about what's right and what's wrong, what's righteous and what's not righteous, but turn around and you doing some unrighteous shit. Malcolm exposed it, and they got mad because Malcolm was getting too big. He was getting bigger than their movement. And he was seeing what shit for what it was, and also he was about to go. One, Malcolm X says by any means necessary. But then you got MLK who say non-violent, and you got A and you got B. You got one side who see it this way, you got one side who see it that way, and they don't see eye to eye. But then again, they let it go when they were starting to see eye to eye. Now you know how powerful that would have been. Why wouldn't they wipe them off? Why wouldn't they wipe both of them? I'm just saying. That's like Biggie and Pac being cool. That's like them starting a record label together. They would have shut the whole music industry down. You see what I mean? They don't want Prince and Michael to see eye to eye. They want them at odds. You see how dope they are? Anytime you got two powerful heads like that and they seeing something they can change the world, you don't want them together. They don't want them together. We would. Because they could change the world. They can help change the world. That's what I think it all came down to. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts, because she got mad at me when I said all that. We damn near got an argument. We still cool today though, but she know how I feel about it. Respectfully. And some people still might disagree, but y'all spam it up, man. Y'all disagree, y'all got a different angle. I want to hear it.
Passed away, and then the movie was released after he passed away. There was all kind of conspiracy theories. People thought the triads, the mafia, had something to do with it. It was said that his family had a curse, his father had a curse, that he passed on to Brandon. What is your belief on how he passed away?
What's the story in the West? I don't know.
Oh, you don't know the story in the West? That there was...
How Bruce Lee...
They said it was a couple. Yeah. They said he upset it because of his success in the film industry and taking the martial art around the world, that he upset it, the triad, mafia organization.
No.
Okay, that wasn't true. The other said that he was fighting a curse that was... Nope, that's not true?
Not
okay.
true.
So what... So can you...
that news in the public. I think in the old days, 30 years ago, because the communication not fast enough.
Yeah.
There's no internet, nobody knows. He in somebody's house. Yeah, that's everybody knows. He in somebody's house. My boss go to pick him up, and then send him to the hospital. Then that's the true thing.
That's the true thing.
Of course, you can find out more. I don't want to say in detail.
Yeah.
You find out the detail yourself.
Take do the dive myself.
Far more to it than what they saying. 'Cause he was dropping gems when he was here.
But like Stranger Things is about Epstein Island.
Stranger Things is 100% about Epstein Island, and the upside down is Epstein Island. Rock with me. In the new season of Stranger Things, the kids that get stolen by Vecna just get younger and younger. And the fact that he is stealing children by the busload and taking them to the upside down, which is like a whole opposite universe full of satanic demonology, and these kids are being put on a wall and literally sucked through their mouth, not their nose, they're hooked up through their mouths. And Vecna, who is actually Henry in the upside down loop-de-loop scoop-doop-de-poop, is actually taking children. He takes Holly after showing up talking to her. He takes Holly, he keeps it in the family, takes her to the upside down, and turns her ass upside down, in my opinion. Why are you in Vecna's house, Holly? And not only are you in Vecna's house, he tells you don't go in the woods, so don't leave the house. And then he tells you check his mailbox where he has gifts of bribery, which is what PDFs do for their victims. That's how PDF get their victims, through motherfuckers. It was solidified to me that they were in the upside down playing around. When Henry left and she was up in there baking him cakes like she was his wife. It didn't give Matilda, it gave, ooh, daddy's coming home. And Vecna left her there. She's prancing around the house with aprons and dresses on like she's the maid of honor, because that's what you do when you're groomed. And she misses her parents, but somehow gets convinced not to go back to her parents. And then we see scenes of them getting sucked, children getting their mouths sucked by Vecna. Yeah, that's Epstein Island. It was a little too satanic for me. And then you have Vecna telling Will, oh, some minds just need to be with me. They don't need to be with you. They're influenceable. That's what he said. I see how easy it is to influence and break their spirits. PDF, he's a PDF. Mind you, his backstory is all about how he was treated wrong as a kid. You know, abusers often are coming from being abused. Epstein Island.
Okay, you are looking at the bridge from Terminator 2 Judgment Day when they come flying off of it in the transport truck, boom, lands in the culvert. It was an iconic moment and many people remember it. But there's something in this clip when it first was released that nobody noticed. We're talking about something hidden in plain sight that your subconscious mind picks up on, but your conscious mind doesn't even notice it. And by the way, Terminator 2, machines trying to enslave and destroy humanity. I wonder if this is hiding anything in plain sight for what the plan is now. So look at this. These bridges were not designed for any traffic underneath them. Therefore, per California law, they don't put clearances, height clearances, on these bridges because no one's supposed to be driving under them. Yet in Terminator, they happen to put a clearance notice of 9 feet 11 inches, 9/11. Keep in mind this movie came out in 1991. So we're talking about some producer or someone in the development team making this movie who wanted to put 9/11 as a clearance number on something that there doesn't need clearance on because no one's supposed to be driving under it. Absolutely shocking. And furthermore, this isn't the first movie that says something about 9/11. If you remember, The Patriot, Mel Gibson, at 3 minutes and 33 seconds into The Patriot, Mel Gibson is trying to make this rocking chair. He hangs it from a scale hanging from a board, and he says, 9 pounds, 11 ounces. Perfect. Something's going on with Hollywood, man. We're going to discuss more about this in a deep dive on my Rumble channel. If you want to tune in, click the link in my bio or comment Rumble below and I'll send you a link to it. It's a free speech platform, free to download, free to watch, and free speech.
Okay, friends, family, what you're looking at here is a Hass avocado. This rough-skinned avocado doesn't come from nature. This was designed by a man named Rudolf Hass. You can research that. This is one of the most popular and common avocados on the market. So, these are cheap. 2 for £1, because why? They have no nutrition inside them. They didn't come from nature, and if you eat these things they will damage you. On top of that, this is what most guacamole is made from, most avocado oil is made from, so avoid these if you can.
A rodeo star who vanished in 2019 has been found, and unfortunately it's just his remains. This was 25-year-old Chance Engelbert. In 2019, on the night of his disappearance, Chance and his wife were visiting her parents, so his in-law. He had gotten into a fight with them, and he told her that he wanted to leave. Apparently, she didn't want to go with him, so he decided that he was going to walk. He planned on walking 35 miles to the town of Torrington, and this was at night. Apparently, this was one of the last surveillance videos where Chance had been seen, and he was looking at his phone before he took a 90-degree turn. Now, this was only about 1.5 miles from the in-laws' house. At 9:08, his mother reported that he had sent her a text with a whole bunch of jumbled letters and a smiley face. She couldn't make out what it meant, and it was really odd for him. Chance was never heard from again. That is until a hiker found human remains. Investigators feel that maybe he was trying to take a shortcut, since it appeared that he had been following directions on his phone when he made that 90-degree turn in town, and that since it was late at night, he may have fallen. But Chance's mom said that investigators had previously told her that they believed that Chance was tracking back to his in-laws the night that he vanished, but now they do not believe that to be the case. In fact, Chance's mom says that none of this brings closure, only more questions, because the area that his remains were found was not known to be used for walking at all. Said that the area that he was found was too difficult of a traverse, even though other surrounding areas in that park were used for a lot of hiking. Apparently, another resident of this area who had checked out the site of where these remains were found said that he also found this unlikely that he would end up there, because to get there, he would have had to wade across a 15-foot canal and walk through thick brush to climb up to where he was found. He said that would be the longest way he could imagine you could walk to the town of Torrington. And on that night, remember, there was bad weather and rain.
This famous Hollywood actress allegedly groomed a 7-year-old and a when he was 17. This is Asia Argento. She has been in a lot of movies, including a lot of horror movies like George Romero's Land of the Dead. Her father is infamous Italian horror film director Dario Argento. And Asia Argento was dating Anthony Bourdain before his death. So when the Me Too movement was happening back in the 2018-2017 time, Asia came forward and accused Harvey Weinstein of assault. She became one of the faces of the Me Too movement, which was a movement dedicated to listening to victims and believing them. Asia also claimed that another film director had drugged her on the set of a film. But in 2004, Asia met young actor Jimmy Bennett on the set of a film. At the time, Jimmy pictured here was only 7 years old. As Jimmy grew older, he and Asia allegedly kept in contact. And in the year 2013, when Jimmy was only 2 months past his 17th birthday, Asia allegedly invited him to her hotel room, plied him with alcohol, and then assaulted him in a number of ways. So right after Asia came out and talked about her experiences with Harvey Weinstein, that's when Jimmy decided it was time for him to talk too. And quietly, behind closed doors, it was arranged that Jimmy would be paid almost $400,000 to keep quiet. Jimmy would even claim later on that he was inspired by the Me Too movement himself to speak about his own assault. Now, initially, Asia denied all these allegations to news outlets and said that his story was completely false. But then, after these denials were made public, evidence came out. A photograph was published of Asia wearing absolutely nothing while in bed with Jimmy. And there were also text messages made public where she admitted to assaulting the minor and said that it felt weird and that she didn't know he was a minor. Now, Rose McGowan actually came out and said, "We don't know the full details of the situation. Show restraint and be gentle to Asia." And people absolutely roasted her because what she was saying was directly in contradiction to the entire purpose of the Me Too movement, which was to believe survivors of assault. Eventually, Asia's attorney admitted that there was an encounter between her and Jimmy, and she was fired from her position as a judge on the X Factor. Now, there are a lot of conspiracies dealing with Asia Argento and her late boyfriend, Anthony Bourdain. If you guys want me to talk about those, let me know in the comments section below.
I think I remember hearing about this lady. That was a while ago, though.
We really live in a fake world. The sky is fake. The food is fake. The news is fake. Religion is fake. Shit. Maybe we fake. One of the biggest things we should worry about is the sky being fake and Project Bluebeam. Anytime the elites make reports about the sky being fake, we should really question it, because they lie so much, we don't know if they're telling the truth or is it fake news again. This video is about to get a little dark and a little deep. Stay with me. We hear so many stories about Project Bluebeam. Did you hear about it? They said it's coming pretty soon. We need to stop waiting because it been here. It's really the sky. Why do you think they say sky is the limit? The sky is Project Bluebeam. And it's connected to the blue lights on our cell phone, the blue lights on our laptops, the Bluetooth in our earpiece. Anytime you use these devices, Project Bluebeam use you. Right now, I am using a green screen to put these images in the background. I can add any image I want. I can add the image, I can crop it, I can replace it, I could delete it, I could do anything with this green screen. We use a green screen to project images in the background. Well, the elites, they use the blue screen to project images in the sky. They can use any image they want. UFOs in the sky, Jesus in the sky, anything. Blue screen, the blue screen is similar to the green screen. What is it used for? Movies, special effects, weather, TikTok, virtual backgrounds. But this is the most important part right here. The blue screen works best when a subject is wearing the color green. And if you look around, you will notice nature is all green. Nature makes the blue screen sky more believable. When they say life is nothing but a stage, they are speaking about the sky. Our life is really a big ass movie. That's why Hollywood say it's movie film. Because if you have film in your eye, it becomes blurry and you can't see. And the blue lights from our technology make our eyes blurry and tired so we can't see. When you look at the blue sky, it do the same thing. It play tricks on your eyes.
The man you saw in that video, Richard Ragland, went on to drown that day. And this GoPro footage actually captured his final moments of life. Before his death, Richard actually served in the National Guard. Everybody remembered him as having the biggest heart and being a very smart guy. However, on June 4th, 2017, a freak accident would cause Richard to drown in the water he was swimming in Georgia. To this day, nobody knows exactly what killed Richard or what forced him under the water, but his friends that were with him that day stated that he went under the water. They tried to help him, but there was no way they could get him back up to the surface. So after his death, Richard's family mourned their loss. But it wasn't until years later when a diver actually recovered that GoPro sitting at the bottom of that water. The diver's name was Rich Abernathy. He has a YouTube channel where he goes into bodies of water and dives. And he was diving in that same water in Tennessee when he came across a GoPro. And when he looked at the contents of that GoPro, the connection was made that this was Richard Ragland, the man who had drowned there only a few years prior. I'm going to play you a little bit more of that video. It is just some really haunting stuff.
Being with brothers and sisters, we live in life. We live in life. We live in life. The thing is, one common goal that we all share is the same goal.
If you want to hear more true crime stories, listen to the podcast Murder in America that I co-host with my wife, Courtney. It's available on all streaming platforms.
Prayers, man, prayers.
Here we can see Mr. Beast throwing up the devil signs as he announces his partnership with the Rockefeller Foundation. Let's have a little listen here.
Hi, I'm Rod Shaw, president of the Rockefeller Foundation. I'm here today with Jimmy Donaldson, better known as Mr. Beast. We're going to take that to the next level together, and we couldn't be more excited. Thank you.
All right, look, I'd just like to start out by saying you don't get to the level of fame that Mr. Beast does in this world. You're not trending on YouTube every single day unless you signed on the dotted line, unless you're a part of the globalist satanic agenda. I mean, they must just think that the world is stupid because they're constantly throwing up this symbolism in our faces to let us know who they are and what they represent. I mean, the dude's name is literally Mr. Beast. It's like Monster Energy when it's like Unleash the Beast. These symbols in Hebrew, they're sixes. 666, Monster Energy, Unleash the Beast. These things are done on purpose to let you know, again, who they are. And only the ones with the eyes to see can see. If you guys watch people like this, maybe stop because they're not for humanity, I promise you that. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. And don't forget to like, share, and follow for more hidden truth. Peace and love.
Say this. I'm not going to say in order to get some things that people get, they sold. I'm not going to say that. And the reason why is because, and this is for anybody who is successful, who's watching. When someone says that to you, that's almost like, and especially when they don't know your story, they don't know what you've been through, they don't know what you had to endure. it sounds like people just hating on you at that point. I'll be honest. When somebody say you only got this because you signed yourself over, like it's almost like you hating on that person. Like you wishing you don't know shit about them. You only know what they show you on screen. We only know of Mr. Beast what he has showed on screen. And that's not me just trying to take up for him. It's just and just looking at it as a creator, y'all only know what I tell y'all. Y'all only know what I show y'all. Y'all don't know nothing I've endured. Y'all haven't heard about half of the shit that I've went through to even get to where I'm at. Now, if I had to take the music route, now I'm going to say, now that, they was grooming me for some shit. Now, and I will say that directly. They was grooming me for some shit, bro. When I was trying to take the music route early on. Now I'm able to control my own shit, but at that point, bro, it was some weird things happening. But I'm not going to say, again, I'm going to stand on this, and I've been saying this since day one. Not every artist signed their life. Not every actor signed their life. Not every whatever who's successful has signed their life over, bro. And if you are struggling or you haven't made it to a certain level and you say that to the eye of the creator who hasn't sold it, who you don't know shit about, they really like look at that shit as like, bro, they're just a typical person who might not have succeeded yet, how I'm succeeding, and they hating on me. They wishing the worst on my life, or they wishing the worst about me. Damn, they're assassinating my character. You don't even know me, and you just passing a judgment. You just passing your own opinion, which is what the world does. But it's almost like, yeah, I don't know, man. That shit be kind of crazy because I've seen a couple people and I've rubbed shoulders with a couple people. I've even seen their houses and they are up there. They are winning like legends and some shit. And they're some of the most godliest people. And some people are like, which God are you talking about? Bro, chill, relax. Not everybody is like that, especially in that business. There's certain cliques. Some people, man, it's too much. It's too much to even explain to some people, but y'all get what I'm getting at, man. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts.
Wait. Huh? So is dreams fake or reality? Now, scientists just confirmed that your dreams might be real moments. It's just happening in another timeline. I'm talking about another reality. Scientists said they working on something one day that we all can replay our dreams. Talking VR simulation. It do happen, the darker spots in your subconscious might be available. When you go lucid, they say that you dreaming about a whole different version of your life somewhere else. So if you got chased down, your ass was rich, big house, nice car and everything. You fighting demons, talking to people you don't even know. It's saying all that actually happened, just not in this timeline. I don't know what y'all believe. I don't want y'all to be like, y'all believe anything y'all read. I'm just delivering the message to you. Y'all might wanna. Y'all take it what y'all want to take it as. Just go down that rabbit hole and y'all can see for yourself. People really out here trying to switch realities. Now hear me out now, y'all. If we have dreams every night and our mind leave this world every single day, talking deja vu and everything, who said this the real world? That's why I asked, is reality fake and dreams real? I wonder what my self nigga doing over there now. Like, how we doing, brother? Is we up? Are we down? We got a family? Bitch, we a king? Do we look the same? Do you look like a human? Are you a human? Or you look like some shit gonna scare me if I look in the mirror?
I think all of it's real.
So they're trying to kill us. Oh, okay, cool. That's what's up. Y'all peep this shit. Y'all can actually look this up to damn self, but the EPA has just approved a forever chemical that is going to be sprayed upon our broccoli and our potatoes. Oh yeah. Let me say this one more time for the people in the back chat. The EPA have just approved a forever chemical that is going to be sprayed onto our potatoes and our broccoli. So that means if you are a potato hoe like me, you eat this potato. This forever chemical is inside of your body forever. It is not going to dissolve like how fats and all the other stuff it dissolve in your body. No. This is a forever shit that's going to stay in your body forever. And then on top of that shit is a so-called. If I was to pick up a potato or a broccoli that was administrated through the farm and they spray that shit and I eat this fucking shit and this shit stays in my goddamn body forever. You mean to tell me somewhere in between there, just by safely eating a potato, these is gonna cost me goddamn. Wow! Wow! So if I die from this forever ass goddamn chemical, at least you know where the it came from.
There's gonna be somebody to say they can't do that. Shit, they can.
Here's the only edible food in Walmart. TLDR version of this video is really simple. Grab it, flip it around. Every one ingredient is -1 brain cell. Why do French fries, which are supposed to just be potatoes, have vegetable oil, dihydrogen, pyrophosphates, and a bunch of random useless ingredients? So if you're actually shopping in the frozen section, the only real food you're going to come across is going to be your frozen vegetables because they are going to contain nothing more than 2 ingredients. So in the frozen section, there's only fruits and vegetables that are edible. Just pay attention to the ingredient count on the back of each food. Okay, it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ingredients, but then you say, wait a minute, there's a lot more than 5. Whenever you enter the alcohol space, your red wine has the only research behind it. Everything else is just useless. When we enter the sugar water aisle, which that means sugar water mixes or drink, unfortunately there's nothing in here for humans to consume. I'm sure if need be you could go for an electrolyte powder of some sort. Fun fact, not always less ingredients is better. On the back of this you're going to see right here something called potato, vegetable oils, and sea salt. That's a hyper palatable food combination. So when you enter your chip aisle and your gummy sugar random stuff aisle, all of it is hyper palatable at the end of the day. Look up the Microbiome Diet by Raphael Kelm. Kind of like a green is good, yellow maybe think, orange definitely think, the red's not huge. What you will notice are gradual increases. Pistachios sea salt, pistachios sugar, sunflower oil, salt, honey, natural flavor, and then we keep going up in ingredients. Less ingredients.
It's gonna get to a point where one day we all gonna just say, we not getting no food. We just gonna all starve and we ain't gonna eat. And the whole store, it's just gonna be left there and it's gonna be empty. Ain't gonna be nobody that came in that whole day. I really believe that, bro. It's gonna come to a point where either we gonna stop. Everything has its limits, bro. Everything has an expiration date. Even these people who run the world right now, even their time. Everything has an expiration date. Everything. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts. This shit's getting out of hand.
You see, my son, Thanksgiving is when the Wampanoag Native Americans saved the Pilgrims' dusty little ass by teaching them how to farm. Because they was useless for real. And they would have starved to death. You should have. Because they did not invite the Native Americans to their feast, contrary to popular belief. And then proceeded to commit one of the most atrocious in the history of humankind. They goof ass talking about, we were all sitting at the table together wearing feathers. Because what you gotta know is, the only way they keep this racket going is to lie about everything they ever did to anyone. Now we gonna eat sweet potatoes, turkey, pie, mac and cheese, but we don't believe them.
Facts, bro. I love Vic Vincent. He a legend.
Do you see this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, do you know what these is?
No, some mushrooms.
These toxic mushrooms. These ain't them same goddamn mushrooms that I be cooking up and now when I be cooking food. Do you understand what I'm telling you?
Yes, sir.
I'm telling you this shit so you can know this shit. Don't just go to touching this shit. Hold on, no, you need to shut the fuck up. You need to shut the fuck up. Yeah, you need to know it, whether you touch it or not. You got little brothers and sisters and little cousins and shit. Do you understand what I'm telling you?
Yes, sir.
These bitches toxic. These motherfuckers toxic. Do you understand what I'm telling you? If they are consumed, you gonna vomit, you gonna get diarrhea, all that shit. If these motherfuckers ever get consumed, nausea, all that's coming. Do you understand what I'm telling you?
Yes, sir.
Don't you ever eat one of these bitches. These bitches is toxic. I think they like chloroform or something. It's a CHL word, and you supposed to know it. But at the same time, these bitches deadly. These ain't the same goddamn mushrooms that's inside. Do you hear me talking? Are you hear me talking?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. I just want you to know that.
Well, you know what, folks? I never thought I'd be saying this, but I don't think you should be trusting the government so much, even if they're on your team. Turns out that, like, trusting the government is actually bad. Big government is especially bad, and I can't believe it, but it's big government in the streets of America right now. So big government that they're tracking your phones. I can't even believe it. We were supposed to be against big government, and Trump said he would be against big government. But it turns out he is big government, and he's also big money. And they've been buying up all the houses. You guys, I think there's a conspiracy against us. I think those billionaires are all working together, and then they got into office. They put another billionaire into office, and now they're all just doing things just for billionaires. It's like we have big government being run by billionaires, and they're buying up everything, and we weren't paying attention. It's been there the whole time. Big billionaires and big government are working together.
Kentucky Fried Kung Pao chicken, everyone. Check this out. I'm digging underneath a gas line, and behind it, there appears to be what looks like a Chinese giant food pot from the 1880s. I don't know if you can see that. I just see the top, and I'm really hoping it's whole. All right. We're in a 19th century dump. Let's dig it out. Okay. So this was a marsh in the 1880s, and they filled it in with their garbage. And out here in the Old West, there was lots of Chinese people. They came out here from China to mine, make some money. They ended up becoming slaves, building the railroad. Big old Chinese cultural history in this area. And they had their pots imported from China. These brown clay brittle pots were made there, sent all the way across the ocean. You can see this looks like a half-size one. It's big, but it's not too big. Kind of like me. No, I'm just kidding. All right, I popped her loose. You can see why I just pulled a little bit and it popped out. So let's pull it out for the first time. Coming out of the ground. 140 years. Oh, very good. Oh yeah, the size of that honk machine. Really lucky that workers didn't break this when they dug the gas line. Wow. There's the, where the strings would go for the shoulder carrying yoke. So you'd have like a pole bounced on your shoulders, and you have one of these somehow on each side. These guys were strong. Boy, beautiful 1880s Chinese pot. What's in it? Whoa, more Chinese stuff. Look at that. There's Chinese stuff in it. Like a broken little Chinese saucer. Oh wow! With some blue glaze, with some, whoa. Wow, that's like a for a I can't talk. For some kind of alcohol, like a little cup for sipping it. Whoa. Cool. There's another piece. Wow.
Damn. So much underground, we don't even know.
Hey guys, I'm in the Florida Everglades and I just found a Florida panther. This is extremely rare. I've seen dozens, but I've never been able to get this close. Hey beautiful, have you seen the 20-footer? Don't be scared, I'm not gonna yoink you. I'm glad you got away from that busy road. Very few people have ever got this close to a wild Florida panther. I definitely feel honored to see this ghost of the Everglades. Back to the main mission. Yoink. Right here we have a very skinny 10-foot long Burmese python. These invasives got to go. Caught this swamp puppy chowing down on a juvenile black-crowned night heron. Love to see natives doing their thing. Boop. A highly venomous cottonmouth. Another non-native. Yoink. It's a veiled chameleon. He's non-native, but I don't think he has much of an impact. When you can speak crocodilian, these American crocodiles will come right over to you to say hi. Ooh. Yoink. It's an Everglades rat snake, and this is honestly a first for me. But it's okay, it doesn't hurt at all. This swamp puppy looks like he's coming right for me, but he's just trying to get in this culvert pipe. And he bumped his snoot. I honestly felt so bad, but they do this all the time. They're a whole lot tougher than us, but I still feel bad. There's not always a need to yoink everything. It's just important to make sure these natives cross the road safely. This guy's not moving fast enough. Yoink. Get out of the road, Saltmarsh. The mosquitoes are crazy out here in the Everglades. Bugs don't bother me, but there is a point where it gets annoying. Yoink. This is a giant green water snake. Found this swamp puppy chilling on the road. You look so comfortable. Ooh, a tropical orb weaver. Boop.
Florida, y'all got some shit, man. I don't know if I'm coming.
What the hell happened to all the grocery stores? Like, no, seriously though. Y'all remember when grocery stores used to be simple? Like, it was only like a small assortment of things you could get. Now we have supermarkets. What the is a supermarket? Like, everything in here, it's real. It's real simple ingredients. Then you go to a place like this, why the there's so many shelves? Why is there so much shit in here? Then you turn around and read the ingredients of most of this shit, and that shit long as like, what the hell are we eating? You just simply want to get a chocolate bar. It's supposed to be one ingredient, maybe two: chocolate, peanut butter, nuts, milk. You flip that bitch around, it got a long ass, what the is all that shit in here? It's supposed to say chocolate. That's it. Like, people don't understand, this shit is not normal. This ain't normal. And it's crazy because people nowadays prefer all the ingredient filled shit over the natural shit. Like, the average person will walk in a store like this, they'll be like, this is boring. They ain't got no variety here. Let's go to Walmart. But this is the shit that Walmart is going to be supplying you. Another thing about supermarkets, bruh, it's oil everywhere, in everything. You ever notice why a lot of these oils be so cheap? You can get it by the gallon for like $2, $3. That's because this shit is killing you. It's destroying your body and your mind. It's literally frying your nervous system. The vast majority of this shit, bro, this shit is basically just like car lubricant. People don't even understand that. This shit is not consumable. You could literally grease wheels with this shit. You could literally lube up your car with this shit.
It's almost like they got us all D-R-U-G-G-E-D up. I gotta, you know, it's a D word that you, it's almost like they gave us fake foods, and the fake foods has got us addicted to the fake foods. So when we have real food, the body doesn't want it. Well, the body wants it, but the mind doesn't understand that this is the same shit as this, but this is better and a higher grade that can help you. We don't feel it until we make it a habit. That's what I feel like. And now it makes me think about when 607 Unc said the first thing that they got us addicted to or hooked to was sugar. First thing. The main thing. One of the things that keep us messed up. Even in Vince Staples' show, he says that. He talks about how he wants to start his own, healthy brand, because he says how sugars are linked to all these different health issues. And that show be giving gems too. What y'all think? Is that a reach? Or are y'all with me?
What do y'all really think is going on with Candace Owens? Because she got them real nervous right now, and I think something is about to happen. Now, she just said some shit that I'm not going to say, but I am going to show you because this shit is crazy. Look at this shit right here. Read this right here. I'm going to say this. One thing they didn't want to do was get this lady upset. Once she started going down CK rabbit hole, shit just started coming out. She started saying things, and people started saying things about her. This lady said she had proof that people were plotting to do something to her. She showed this proof. Still, nobody has addressed it. Now she dropped some information like this. And again, I need you to read this information, because her saying this shit right here, it might sound crazy to a lot of people. But if you remember a couple of months earlier, they said, and this is for entertainment purposes only, that certain sleeper cells will be activated all over the United States of America. And now this woman is saying that she has this information right there. That don't sound too good. Think about the shit that just happened in DC. And even though that shit seems crazy, I just need you to think about it. Go down on rabbit holes, because none of this shit is adding up, but everything that she's saying is making sense. She better be safe out here, man, because they want her, and they gonna try and make an example out of her.
This for entertainment purposes. What he said and what I say ain't true. It's all entertainment, bro.
People be out here chasing money, but the real currency is your time. You should be trying to get money so you can have more time on your hands to do the things that you want to do and not have to slave away for the next man. Because these corporations and these jobs don't give two fucks about you. Once you make one mistake, or you hurt, or you sick, they just gonna replace you and not have no remorse for you. They don't care about what bills you gotta pay, the kids you gotta raise at home and provide for. They don't care about that. So whenever you do have time on your hands, you gotta think outside the box. Tap in with God for real. Meditate. You have all of the answers within. It's so many ways to get money nowadays. You really just have to think outside the box. It's not even about having to work harder. Most of the people I know that's making money, they're not working harder, they're working smarter. But everybody's path is different. What works for one person might not work for you. It hit different when you go within and you find the answer, rather than just getting it from the next man. Cut out all distractions for 2 to 3 days and just allow the universe to present the information to you. And whatever information you get, you must listen to it, because that is your guidance. Whole time you could have been rich if you just blocked out all the negativity, all the distractions, all the people that surround you, all the chaos, and listen to what God is saying to you. Whether that's you changing up your diet, working on time management, keeping your space clean, whatever it is, you know what you need to be doing. And once you do those things, or you're at least trying, that's when you'll start to see the money flow come in effortlessly, and new ideas will start popping up left and right. I'm telling you, spiritual melody.
I gotta point this out. Look at these water fountains. Why are the water fountains always attached to the bathrooms?
Because that's where the water lines are. I swear y'all be getting on here asking stupid as shit. They're not going to run water lines all the way across the store just for water fountains. That's where the water comes in at, for the toilets and the sinks. It's the same fucking water. Where'd you... I can't.
It's facts, bro. Y'all understand how many videos I have to go through?
This boy writes something in the sand. And what happens next from the waves is either a very unlikely shocking coincidence or something divine. Check this out. Now, this reminds me of the beekeeper in Greece who put holy images in the frames that he put into his beehives, and the bees would not build comb or over top of it. Despite, because skeptics were like, oh, it's probably because like maybe there's a chemical in the paint or something that they don't like. Keep in mind, there was that viral video of the bees who were making blue and red and orange honey, and it's because they were going to a Smarties factory, gathering the sugars from it, and it dyed all their honey blue, which that beekeeper actually sued Smarties for that, by the way, because they tainted his honey. He couldn't sell it. But anyways, it's not that, because the image actually is a lot bigger than what we see. They just don't cover up Christ, which is shocking, unexplainable. Now, the beekeeper did this not to do some experiment, but to bless his bees and his yearly honey production. That just gives me shivers, man. It reminds me of the Tilma of Guadalupe. It reminds me of the carpenter who showed up to finish that staircase in that one church in Mexico, that crazy story. If you want to hear that one, comment. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And
owls have strong talons. This fellow here was eating my chickens. I'm not gonna hurt him. I just had to grab him to get him out of this chicken house. And I can't get my finger out of these talons. This is nuts. Ow, the sharp talons are quite sharp. Oh, I got him. Woo. Oh my God, he got me. I wish we could be friends. You're cool. I don't want you eating my birds, however, sir. Yeah. Look at this amazing owl. Now, what you don't want is you don't want that beak getting on you. If those talons are that strong, I can only imagine what the beak is like. Okay. This isn't allowed, sir. This is not permissible. Now, fly, Mordecai, fly! And off he goes.
Damn, I thought that it was gonna use his beak at him.
Look at that big ass spear in the left hand corner soaking the energy out from the sun. You see it, dog. It's right there, clear as day. Look at that shit. Look at it. Getting energy from the sun. Like, who else do that? Oh, I know. Like me. And now it's gone. I don't understand why you was hiding this secret for so long when we already done seen all this footage. This shit is from 2012. Some people ain't seen this shit, but I have. I don't understand why. Has been showing videos and pictures and shit since the 60s, and you wanna lie. Y'all packed with the demons must be about to expire or some shit for y'all just now to be coming out saying some shit, cause this right here is insane, dog. Big ass spear getting energy from the sun, dog. Right in front of your mother face. And the fact that that mother shut off so fast like that is incredible. Boy. And the fact that it can take in all that mother heat from the sun. Like, it's right on that mother. Ain't no telling what that shit is, dog. Ain't no telling. Said we ain't gonna be able to see the extraterrestrial bodies that they got because all we gonna do is make memes of the mother. Of course we gonna make memes and cap on the mother. We a different generation, dog. And we funny as a mother. And all of us awake. I'ma be one of the first mother capping on the extraterrestrial when they show the picture of the mother. Unless it look like me. Then I'ma be like, damn. But I don't think it look like me. Not the ones they with, at least. Not the ones they with. But, as you can see in this video, big ass spirit getting energy from the motherfucking sun and then ghost out that one way real quick, dog. You see it? I got it for you right here, dog. Peace.
What y'all think was taking energy from the sun?
So this woman, she went to Costco and she bought out every single one of the rotisserie chickens for Thanksgiving or whatever, right? And as expected, everyone in the store gave her crap for it. A lot of people recorded, they posted online, you can see it on the TikTok. And some people even said that she should be deported, that she shouldn't even be in this country. In fact, one person, this person right here, said that she was un-Christian-like as she pointed her fingers and judged her. She wasn't the only one. Everybody else did that. Come to find out, and this woman didn't say anything when she was there. She just recorded them and did her thing, whatever, probably defended herself. But come to find out, she was actually out here feeding the homeless. She bought every single one of those chickens to feed to people who didn't have any money, any means, or any family. And she gave them out to anyone who came and got it. Some chicken, some food, a soda, out of her own pocket and goodwill. Sometimes, when you're on a mission from God, it means that the whole world will be against you. They don't know what God put in your heart. That doesn't mean that what God put in your heart is wrong. It means you must stand in your conviction, because even so-called Christians will say that you are un-Christian-like for following the word of God. That woman displayed more love and more Christian love than anybody in that store that stated that she was being cruel. And it's a lesson to not jump to conclusion and judgment right away without having all the facts, myself included. God bless you.
Let's add this. God don't want you pointing fingers. He don't want you judging. That's for him to do. But, you know, some people like to say they're using discernment. I ain't gonna disagree with you. That's your prerogative. That's how you live. That's what you feel. That's your mentality. That's how you live your life. Do your thing. Me, I wouldn't even have did that. She buying up all those chickens. I don't know her story. I don't know what she got going on. And at the end of the day, I mind my business. That's what I do. Some people don't know how to mind their business. Some people know how to mind other people's business because they got a lot of bullshit going on in their life that they don't want other people knowing about. 9 times out of 10, people who other people's shit always in other people's shit because they got a lot of shit going on and they don't want nobody in their shit. So they figure if I'm telling on you, if I'm watching you, if I'm accusing you, if I'm pointing a finger at you, you can never have the time to look at me, point the finger at me, talk about me. That's what I feel like some people do. But again, people pointing that finger. God wouldn't want you doing that. You go some of these people go to church every Sunday. Some of these people read the Bible dearly and know every word and still live their life unrighteous. It's just how it is sometimes. But I don't worry about that. As long as I do what I need to do, that's all that needs. That's all that matters. Because I'm making the change that I would like to see in the world. That's what we need to do as people. But I know you made it to the end of this. And if you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7. And this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps Collective grow, helps Collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I appreciate y'all. If you're watching on your TV, whatever the case is, I wish it was smooth 7. I love y'all. And until I see everybody in the next one, y'all know what it is. We gone.
Ay, yeah, I just check my account. Sheesh, at the amount. You probably know it.